Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, congratulations on getting the interview shortlist for IIM ROHTAK or Indore's IPM interview. So in this video, we will be sharing the tips that you can use to crack those interviews, and these are based on our personal experience. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into the video. The first thing is that you need to understand the type of questions that are asked in any interview. Right, any interview comprises of certain set of questions, although these questions can range very broadly, but the basic idea is that you need to have a basic idea of the sort of questions that are asked. So the first set of questions that are asked are HR questions, the second is academics, third is current affairs and GK, fourth is extempore, and fifth are some other types of questions miscellaneous that are sort of out of the syllabus. Now we'll discuss each of these in detail. The first are HR questions. Now in HR questions there could be questions like why you want to do IPM program, tell me about yourself, your motivations, strengths, weaknesses, hobbies, and all those sort of questions, motivations. So in these questions they want to gauge you as a person and they want to understand you better, right? They want to understand what your motivations are and whether you are fit for the institute. So the one thing that I would recommend is that write down all of these questions in a paper and then write the answer to these questions and introspect, because you should not lie in these questions. These questions could be make or break. This has been the case with me in multiple interviews, and trust me, these questions would be a make or break in case it comes to that. So just make sure that you sit well properly and write these questions. We will be making a detailed video about how you can write the answer to these questions properly. So subscribe to the channel for that. Now the second set of questions are academic questions. Now these questions will be revolving around the subjects that you have studied in your 11th and 12th grade mostly. Now this includes subjects that you have studied, which could include economics, accountancy, business studies, maths, physics, chemistry, biology. So in these sort of questions, the interviewer would mostly ask you the sort of the subjects that you have studied and which ones are your favorite or least favorite. So they would ask you questions based on that only. But I mean, to be on the safer side, ensure that you study and revise at least the basics of all the subjects and have strength in at least two subjects, because they can ask you these subjects. They usually ask from two subjects, not just one but two. So make sure that you have strength in at least two subjects, but at the same time go through the basics of other questions as well. Now if you don't know the answer to any of these questions, it's fine. Just say that, sir or ma'am, I don't know the answer to this question, or I don't recall it, and I'll look it up later on. Just make sure that you don't lie, because they are very expert people and they will be able to identify if you are bluffing or trying to lie. So just make sure that you prepare better and make sure that you don't lie in any of these questions. Now the third set of questions include current affairs and GK. For this, make sure that you are aware of the most recent happenings in India and the economy uh, that have in the past 6 months to 1 year. This would make sure that you cover your entire topic. So basically for this you should try to read the newspaper daily, subscribe to the different channels like Study IQ, IAS, and World Affairs. In these they will cover most the day-to-day happenings that are happening across the world. So just make sure that you subscribe to these channels, you read newspapers like the Hindu, because they cover a wide range of subjects. Now specifically try to understand your city and state really well, because they might ask you questions about this. Specifically in IIM Indore's interview, they do ask a lot of these questions. And just make sure that you know the basic GK stuff about the different posts that are within the country, within the government of the country, and the different cabinet ministers in your state and city as well. So make sure that you are prepared with that. So for this you should make a separate list of all the major things that have been happening, because you might not be able to remember it, and if you want to go through it, you can go through it easily. Now if you would like, we can share a list of the recent happenings across the world. Just comment down below and we'll share those in the Telegram channel. We'll also be making separate videos about each of these topics as well. Now the fourth is extempore. Now this is very specific to IIM Indore, IIM Rohtak, sorry. Even IIM Indore sometimes ask it. Now usually extempore topics are given based on your profile and the sort of experience that you have had. So make sure that you think about the question and then only answer. Now also read about the current topics, because many a times it so happens that the extempore topics are based on current affairs, and they want to understand your opinion, and they want to see how well you know these topics. So make sure that you do that and read the newspaper editorial section in the newspaper, which would expose you to a variety of different topics and the different opinions on those topics. And most sometimes just ask your friends and family to give you a random topic, because more often than not the family members and friends would give you topics that are related to you only, so that would help you prepare for the extempore. Now other sort of questions could include guesstimates, value and ethics based questions, and in these questions they would mostly be based around your own profile. So just make sure that you hear the question properly, take the time to think about it. Just don't start answering right after they end the question, or even before they finish the question. Just listen to the question properly, think about it, and then you will be able to answer, because these sort of questions would be based on your profile only. Sometimes some questions would be randomly out of the blue, but just make sure that you use your logic to the best of your abilities. Only then you will be able to answer. Just make sure they want to see how logical you are, so this would help you with that. Now we will be making more videos on the interview prep series, so make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and comment and like. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. You can also join our Telegram channel. Thank you so much.